For us, the things that differentiate us from the retailers are the manipulation zones and the high confidence setups that we can have, that we can understand on client sees. So this is why for retailers they will see it as supply and demand zone or demand zone. It got retested by the new FU that happened last Friday. So it was respected. For the retailers, is supply and demand concepts. Okay, for people who have followed maybe ICT, he's talking about this one as an order block, so it got respected. And if you see it respected, you will say to yourself, yeah, okay, this order block has been respected, so it has been an order block, so I will mark it, which is wrong. And you have also another order block that happened maybe in 2020, April 2020, maybe, yeah, that was the start of the order block. So as you see, there is another order blocks where you can expect this kind of reaction because it was first time tested since 2020. So this is why you have this reaction here and the start of a strong FU to the upside. Okay, so I will just close my notes. So this is pretty much what you have here. Also, you didn't point out your manipulation zone, so you need to get stronger on that area by pointing them mainly on daily, because they will help you to have or to hold the swing straights, the very beautiful swing straights. Okay, so you need to push that further. And as I said, I shared it before in the group area that basically a manipulation zone is basically a simple formula. You have an order block, then it has to be followed by an FU or plus any kind of manipulation signs. Okay, which basically can be another FU. Okay, it can be an attempted FU, or it can be another order block. Okay, or sometimes a high confidence form. Yeah, any kind of form. This formula is pretty simple. Okay, so you just need to train your eyes by trying to mention it or trying to look at it. Because for me, we have a manipulation here, and we have an attempted FU here, and then we have another one here, and we have this FU. So I would go like this. I would go marking here inside. I would go like this around this frame as a manipulation zone. Then I would check what will be the size of my daily order block, because I need to have the zones overlapping in order to be sure. In this area, the price action will produce any kind of reaction. You can expect any kind of reaction. So without training your eyes about this formula, okay, because the main strategy is to train your eyes about the manipulation, because we look for manipulation. We don't look for any order block, or we don't care about even liquidity. Liquidity, it's okay. We see the moves taking liquidity, and after taking liquidity, we have the move. But the core, I'm talking about the core of the strategy, is to focus on more manipulation. If I would put all the pillars of the strategy on a list, I would place manipulation as a number one to train myself on manipulation. How can I find manipulation zones? Because they are so powerful that they can break a daily FU, they can break a weekly FU, they can break a 4-hour FU, whatever FU you have as a manipulation or direction, they can be immediately cancelled or negated. Okay, so this is why you need to put your target on manipulation zones first, how to define it, how to look at it, how to train yourself to be able to see it and mark it. This is first step. Then I can check for high confidence setups. I can train myself for high confidence setup, because as a result, this high confidence setup, you have a result because you are in the zone we are looking at, okay, or the banks are looking at. So it's normal that we are producing the high confidence setup. Then, of course, high confidence setup has to happen when we have taken the liquidity. Okay. So basically, this is how I would list priorities on my learning process. On the learning process, we go over, I have been at least over so many concepts. I have been through so many ideas just to understand the strategy. And at the end, it comes like this. It's simple. I said it in 1 minute, but you need to switch your learning phase on these ideas. Manipulation, I have to focus on manipulation because this is what banks are making. They are making it to make money. They manipulate the price to make money. So it's like this. So I need to be like banks. So I need to spot it. If I don't spot it, you are going to be taken out hundreds of times. Even if sometimes even you can take a trade and you can be in a profit, maybe by chance. But if you are not able to spot the manipulation, sorry, but most of the time your win rate will be destroyed, will be reduced, will be diminished. Okay, so it will be something like 20% win rate or something like this, which is not enough. Okay, so basically manipulation here. We have another one here. Basically, you can maybe the retailers can call it as consolidation zone. Okay, so they call it consolidation zone. But for us, we can't mark any consolidation zones like here, for example. I cannot mark this or whatever just by saying to say I have so many reactions, so many consolidations, so that would be maybe a manipulation zone. No, please remember this formula. Try to spot it at the maximum possible, and of course you have to refine it to the lower time frames. Basically, maximum 15 minutes. So it can go one daily manipulation zone can be refined to maximum 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so far this is all about the one daily. I will move to 4 hours here for the 4 hours. Okay, so pretty much the same thing, same remark. Randomly, you had marked this area, which is wrong area. Okay, this is not an order block. You have also an old order block happened before. Okay. Here, you can call it a manipulation because we have basically like an order block, small order block, then followed by an FU. So I'll mark it here. Okay. If you see when I mark the lowest of this FU, it kind of respects the price will respect the lower side of this FU. Okay, so here the reaction, as I said, it was before happened before the order block happened before. So this is why we have also this reaction. We have also this FU produced here, this around this area. Okay. So here I'll go with this is the high confidence setup on 4 hour, but not basically another block. Okay. Here we have another high confidence setup on 4 hour because this red candle has taken this red candle also the doji. Once it was taken, so we have immediately flew up on the upside. Pretty much that's it. This one you have it as a daily order block, which is wrong. The daily order block is supposed to go like this. I will show you later on my chart that this is not the good daily order block, but the best one is you have this. All these 4 hour candles are inside the order block, and basically if I would mark the 4 hour order block, I will go basically on this side with this, starting with the engulfed engulfed doji, okay, and also we have this area, okay. Okay, so basically, another point I have noticed, you kind of forecast because by making those notes, you're kind of forecasting if and ifs. You put more ifs the price reach a certain level. We say if the price reach certain level when we see the high confidence setup where they had happened before. We cannot forecast the price like this, because here you are just gambling, because you say, yeah, if the price reach this area, yeah, I will have a reaction. Yeah, you have a reaction here. You point it here as when you mark this week. Why you mark this week? Do you know why? You can't answer this question because simply you have this reaction here, and you said to yourself, okay, maybe we had something around this area. No, we can forecast we forecast the price action based on high confidence setup that happened before. If I have a pretty powerful high confidence setup, so I can expect if the price reach a level, this level, I have to expect a reaction from that high confidence setup, because what is the definition of a high confidence setup? There are only manipulation that where the banks have started the price from. So when they start the price from there, banks are not interested to drive back the price to that level. So this is why we move from high confidence setup to high confidence setup, from high confidence setup to another high confidence setup. So we are driving. We drive the price by high confidence setup, the number of how high confidence setup we produce. Okay, so this is why we have this kind of zigzag move. So the zigzag moves happen because of the order blocks, and happens also because of the high confidence setup. So if I am a bank, I will drive only a price where I am interested in to get in. So okay. As long as I have only high confidence setup, let's say I have high confidence setup on the lower side, so it's normal that the price will just still produce along. So I will go with swings in my longs. And when I will see another high confidence setup, but this time on a short and not on a long, then this time I would pay attention to my longs, my swings I have taken. Maybe I will take a lot of partials. And then I would say, okay, banks have started to think otherwise, think on the opposite. Okay, so I would take this one and then start again my swings on short. But if I have high confidence setup on 4 hour, 1 hour, that's enough for me to start think about taking swing straight. So here, as I said, if I go back here, you cannot say like this. You cannot mark this zone based on week. On the week, okay, so it has to be a manipulation around here, inside that week that have produced that was the start of this move down. And here, as long as you saw the price reacted from this level, because we say generally this area is liquidity also for banks. Once the price took this liquidity zone, then we have made our if here with the news hit. Okay, that pretty much so far. Also, you would go. Some people would go with here with this order block here around 4 hour, but this is the ICT concept, so I don't agree with it. I prefer to have. For me, I go very easy. So once I see a weird or let's say a weird candle, a weird candle inside the train, so I'll take it as an order block. Okay, so I would go for here, and I would go from maybe around this area at least. Here you go, right? Here I don't see order block, so I see it just before. It has to be before, and this is only a result of the older order block. Then here also an older order block, and not this one, not this UI. So at least for this order block here, yeah, you can expect a reaction from this level. It can produce reaction, but not, I would not consider it as an order block. Another point, so high confidence setup. Now, if you go over high confidence setup, basically there are two types. So there are patterns like when there is liquidity taken and also retest happening. So we take a liquidity and we make at the same time a retest. So this is a high confidence setup. Or if I have only a simple retest, it is called also high confidence setup. Okay. For here, let's say for here, yeah, we had this liquidity taken and we made a retest of this attempted 4 hour if you to the upside, because why? We had a 4 hour order block, an old one. So this is why when we tested the order block, we produced a 4 hour doji, which is called also an attempted 4 hour if you to the upside. We took that doji, this area, we took this liquidity area, and then once we took it, then we flew up immediately. And again, okay, so then again we have same reason. They said we have an older order block that came around here. We have we have a retest that produced an FU. We have a liquidity zone or imbalance. Sorry, we have an imbalance fill. Now once it's filled, then we start to move back because we have left also this imbalance on the upside. So this is why we start to go up. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the 4 hour. Then we go on 1 hour. Yeah, in here in 1 hour, yeah, pretty much as I said, the order block, the daily order block is around this area. Okay. Yeah, same remark. You keep forecasting the price randomly, and we cannot be sure if the move that you are expecting around this area will make reverse, because simply I will explain to you something very easy. Here you have a liquidity, and here I have retest. So I would go for the retest, then expecting the price to reach that liquidity and stop. There is still some to reach here and make a good 1 hour retest. Here we have only attempted FU, that is also a retest, and then again we have a much upper one that can be make a retest and make a start of a short. Okay. You have put it also this line like saying, yeah, we are in a trend, so we expect to be broken, but it was already broken. So we cannot expect anymore to have this lineup of liquidity. So retail, or let's say retail trend as a target, it was already broken. Then yeah, basically once it's broken here, this is enough stop loss hits. So this is around 60 pips from here, so already taken. So I cannot forecast for this downside move. Maybe I can forecast for here and so on. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, you marked also here as another block, which is round here. We have marked this doji. As I said, I think you have seen too much of ICT concepts. So be aware that you can be your ideas or your learning process may not be grown efficiently. Okay, because you start to have you mix out so many ideas, which is good. You find it good because once you see a reaction from here, from this level, you would say, okay, yeah, this is real order block, so yeah, we have a reaction, so I would consider it as an order block. But for me, if I was you, I would go and analyze or make analysis on what is inside this wick. What do I have inside this 1 hour candle? Do I have a high confluence setup that started this move? Yeah. For me, I would go for another block that you didn't see is in this area. Here is your order block. I go with the simple rule, which is a weird candle inside the trend. So this is a weird candle. I have a green one. So this green one would be my order block, and it has been respected. Okay, I'll go like this. But to confirm that this is the right order block, I would go also to check what do I have inside this wick, the wick of order block, or inside this wick also. Okay, because for you on 1 hour, yeah, there are only simple wicks, so yeah, this is order block. But I'm interested to see what do I have inside this order blocks. Okay, as pattern. So I would mark like this. I would mark my doji, and I'll go on a lower time frame to see what do I have as candles forms in order to see or to understand if that will be respected or taken, because either way it's correct, because here you have liquidity. This is the liquidity, okay? Even if it is a random order block, it can be a liquidity, because if I don't have a high confluence setup inside this wick, it became liquidity. So for me, high confluence setup confirms a direction, okay? As long as they are located on a high time frame, it means for me that we are looking for far away in that direction. But if I have only weaker ones, I mean 1 minute, 3 minutes high confluence setup, or maybe 5 minutes or even 15 minutes sometime, it kind of tell us, yeah, we have only this, but we don't have any high time frame high confluence setups. So maybe we are in a direction which will be short direction, not a trend direction, whether it's supposed to have 400 pips or 500 pips, 600, 800. Okay, so basically this is how I can see things. I'm pretty much done with the 1 hour. 30 minutes. Yeah, basically 30 minutes. You don't need to mark the zones, the order blocks of lower than 1 hour. That basically is too much, and you cannot handle it or manage it. Okay. For us, starting from 30 minutes and lower, we look for only for the entries, only for entries. Okay. 30 minutes and lower, only for entries, and not for analyzing order blocks. Yeah, because you have sometimes the price have respected some kind of order block or some kind of zone, because here you have chosen the random area. Here this is random. Okay, I will go over manipulation zone, because here we have manipulation sign. Here this area is a manipulation sign, and here also a manipulation sign. But this is on 30 minutes. But on 1 hour, we have only one. You have one doji here. This is one that we have marked. So inside that 1 hour doji, you see we have a manipulation sign, which is this one. This is why it got respected. And this order block, 1 hour order block, I will go over it here. Yeah, if you go back to the 1 hour. No, this is 30 minutes. This is 30, oh sorry, yeah, this one. yeah, you have your order block here, which is inside it. Inside this week we have a manipulation sign. Now you can see that this order block will be respected. Okay, why? Because previously we had manipulation inside that order block inside this week. So, and it's pretty simple. I can expect the price. It was manipulated from downside. I can expect the price to make like this and go up, and take that liquidity, take this one, and make a move down maybe, or reverse, or some retracement. Okay, but it has stopped. Why? Because we had high confluence setup or manipulation sign inside that doji. So this is why it got respected perfectly. So as I said, please remove the order blocks on the lower time frame than 1 hour, because unmanageable, you cannot manage it. Okay. Keep in mind that your zones has to be the most possible overlapped, because the overlap zone is where the price most likely will be reversing or starting or whatever. Okay. So as I said before, note that this is a manipulation sign. This one, it contains this long wick candle, and it came in this order block. So as long as we have a body inside the wick, this is manipulation sign. Okay, we can spot it somewhere else. We can still spot it somewhere else. Sorry. I think I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, here also. In this sign is manipulation sign. So the manipulation sign basically what is when you have a body and another body like this. This one, it contains, when it is reversed, like two candles reversed, it's kind of sometimes, yeah, this sign is a sign of manipulation that it is all the time respected. If you have it on the upside, so the move tend to make like this, reach it, then go up, down, and vice versa. And also when you move with this sign, when you have this sign, you can expect this, because this is attempted FU. Here we have an attempted FU. And here, when Mr. C is seeing this sign, you can expect a negation of this sign. Okay. Sometimes when it is at the end, it is located around, let's say, this area. It kind of giving us a sign that we are going to cancel or negate this attempted FU. Okay, and as it was manipulated, so we can expect a negation, immediate negation for a long. If you have it on the downside, you can expect a long, and if you have it on the upper side, you can, let's say here, you can expect short, immediate short. Okay, that's pretty much it for same observation. Don't mark 15 minutes, because, as I said, too many zones, and you will end up being lost on your zones, and you won't be able at all to understand what is happening inside the price action. So we go overall marking 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 daily, and weekly, and basically train our eyes on manipulation zone and trying to refine them the maximum possible to the lowest time frame, which is 15 minutes maximum. Then by making this, you can have some kind of idea of what would happen in a session. So basically, the zones have to be revised. Same thing to remove basically the lowest 5 minutes or all this has to be removed because unmanageable, and also some of them don't give reaction and will be lost on your visual side. You cannot you cannot understand what do you have in all this zone, where to expect a reversal, what to expect something. Okay, so you'll be lost and unmanageable. Here like this. That's pretty much it for you, I think. 1 minute, yeah. In 1 minute, we had. I will mark off some high confidence setup in 1 minute. Yeah, we have this retest here. Then we have liquidity. Here is our sign, as I told you. You see, here is our sign when the body is inside the wick, making a reversal like this, making some kind of sign. As I said, some kind of sign like this on the lower side. But the wick has to cover the body, all the body. Here, let's see, it was immediately cancelled because we were expecting the reverse to start. So this is manipulation zone, and it was attempted. If you negate it immediately, if you would go here at this level, you would have only 5 pips stop loss and a huge move. Okay. Also, by the end of this move up, we have produced again a manipulation, which is a body inside the wick. Okay, so for the future moves, this will be a manipulation zone and start of reverse. So once it made like this, if you see the price didn't reach it because we have manipulated this area in a way to go down immediately. So for here, as long as I see the most secured entry, not here, not at this level, but will be in this area. As soon as I see a doji, I have to understand that this is a manipulation sign, and I can take my trade once I see the doji. Okay, because price will not go up; it was manipulated. So this is why I'm telling you, from in general overall, what I have seen from your analysis, that you need to have improvement on your order blocks. So always check the order blocks origin and try to make updates. Okay, update for your update here. Okay, make update. Good insight sometimes on spotting high confidence setup, but you need to improve yourself. Need to improve also manipulation zone and stop. And no need to mark low time frame order block. That's pretty much it for you, and I will go over the next one. Where is okay. I'll go now with the Forex Pro 2020. This is on I think use it, Are you here, Promax? Forex Pro 2020? Are you here? Yes, okay. So I will start with the day. For me, I cannot trade like this. At least this is my opinion, and it's up to you to decide if you can trade with the black team and yeah, no obvious for me order blocks. If you have maybe yellows, are yellows line or order blocks? Do you want to talk, or just for me, I can talk to myself? Okay. Are your lines yellow lines? Are they order blocks? Daily order blocks? Yellow lines. Okay. Lines is liquidity. Alright, you need to see, you need to understand more liquidity then. So for me, liquidity, yeah, on the top side maybe, if I can agree with you, if I can check with you the liquidity, that will be here, it's okay. Here as well, but you didn't point out. This one was already taken, and here we have an FU, so we have already imbalance taken. Besides that, pointing out liquidity, here it was already taken, so there is no liquidity on the lower side. Besides this one, which is not yet important to target, but here is so here is important to target because we have already an FU, so we will start to make a new move by high confidence setup and target this one. You say so daily we have a bearish bias, overall daily time frame is bearish, waiting for major news to hit, major liquidity. Where is major liquidity? I don't see it, so you need to be specific about liquidity and clear target, because if you don't have a clear target, a clear doji that is going to be targeted or as we consider as a major liquidity, the concept is still what you have explained from I couldn't understand it or see how you see things. Okay, so basically you are all making overall for the bias of the day or weekly. We only look where for manipulation has started, where is the next liquidity, and where is our zones, and where is our manipulation zone. And this, by spotting these criteria, we can say or judge if it is are we in a bearish market or are we in bullish market? Because simply I can expect a move up from here. Because if I have taken liquidity, taken imbalance, I can expect a move up here on this area and going up to target this one and to target this one. Because here on the lower side I don't have enough. This is a fake doji, this is a fake doji, so I don't have liquidity. Okay? So for me, going like this and judging the market is bearish, for me I don't see it bearish. I see it potentially will build itself to be bullish, not bearish. This is the point. If we go to 4 hour as well, yeah, you're judging this. I remember this area you pointed out as manipulation. Here, so last liquidity area. Based on what? Last liquidity area. You cannot say for high time frames, as we don't know what is the market we produce. We only mark the major liquidity or the major targets. And based if we see a high confidence setup forming, then we can confirm it by saying, yeah, this would be my target. Okay, I cannot just starting from a daily saying bearish, so I would expect a 4 hour would be bearish also. On 4 hours, everything can happen. Okay, a simple 1 hour manipulation zone can destroy all the bearishness of the market since 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. Everything is possible. Okay, so we don't take it for granted that we have a bearish situation, but we need to see it on a candle. Why? I can see it. Yeah. Okay. I have produced 4 hour FU. I can say, okay, I have produced the first 4 hour FU. Then I have a second 4 hour FU. As we took high confidence setup, we took a doji and we took an imbalance at the same time. So the high confidence setup. So as well as we are in a momentum of long, which is weak. Why it is weak? You need to see it on your candles. You cannot just like this. It is weak by far. Why? Because we have a failed 4 hour FU. I have my first confirmation, failed 4 hour FU. So I can expect market be more bearish by taking this side, this liquidity here, this zone. Once it is taken, then we can continue to go down. Why? Because we left an imbalance right here and we have liquidity right here. Okay, so my most secure zone to take my short for a swing would be this area. Once you take it, it takes this liquidity and it takes this imbalance. I have already a failed 4 hour FU. Then I can expect a move to be switching move up you would see it as a good move, but also you will be suddenly surprised by the manipulation around here and making its move down. Then I can tell myself, yeah, we are in bearish market based on some indicators I see visually. Okay, and you need to remember something. Each session, whether it be Asia or London or New York, each session, it has its own target and it has its own setups or high confidence setups. So we don't know for sure in each session, are we going to go up or are we going to go down? We don't know. We are just waiting to price to reach in our manipulation zone if we define it, and to see and to expect a low time frame high confidence setup. Of course, if you have a high time frame, it's already a confirmation, so you can take a trade. But you need to see also on a low time frame, as Mr. C is always doing, is waiting for 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes high confidence setup to take it and have a confirmation that we are going down. Because we don't know. No one knows if even if we have visually, I can just the market is bearish. But as long as I didn't trade yet, and I have a session which is open, and I just wait and try to spot where the manipulation would happen, and there I can take my trade. It can happen sometimes on the opposite way. So this is why I find myself sometimes taking opposite direction. I take a long and I take a short. And for both of them, I make mine. Why? Because I saw the manipulation happening, so I take it. And also, I'm not sure which one. I cannot be sure which one will work. Sometimes you're surprised. You're expecting the market to be bearish. Then the high confidence setup in which I used to go long will take out my short and continue. Okay, so you cannot be sure. Sometimes you have, as I said, you can take two opposite directions. Sometimes it is obvious one direction, so you can take it and move on. Okay. Same thing on 1 hour. Yeah, I agree with you on some points. We have the impact news, high confidence setup. But but you didn't explain why it is a high confidence setup to you, because you need to be able to explain it and define it so clear that no one can be lost when you say it. Okay, you have said 1 hour bearish attempted if you doji liquidity zone to react from. Which zone? Okay, this is not like this. This is not a zone. First, this is not a zone. All this yellow area is not a zone. Okay, this is not a zone. This is all. This is actually, this is high confidence setup. I agree with you, but not produced like this. It was produced like this because we have a previous 1 hour FU. Okay, you have a previous 1 hour FU. When it got retested, it has produced a doji, which is this one. Okay, and then the 1 hour closed as a doji, which was a 1 hour attempted FU to the downside, and we made the second candle, then we moved down. Once the price reached this liquidity area, which is this one, this is always a target as a liquidity. Okay, here. Not the doji. The doji is not liquidity. Why? Because it was a retest of 1 hour, previous retest. So it will not be touched yet. So once the price make a move up, made the retest. It made the retest based on this doji. So it is another retest of the previous retest of the previous 1 hour FU. So this is why it is high confidence setup. And when the news hit, we move down. Okay, so we have, and if you see here someone here, if you took if you could be in this 1 hour FU, this 1 hour FU is kind of weak. There is no momentum in this 1 hour FU, so this is why it was immediately broken. So it's kind of preparing a reversal. So all the time, if we have, this is the manipulation of the news, by the way. If you are going to expect a drop, so the price always tend to make a move up, then down a bit, then drop. Okay, if you expect a drop, and the opposite, if you would go on the long, so it kind of make like this, making a move down, then up, and sudden move up. Oh, so this is how manipulation tend to be easy to catch from the top rather than miss it. Okay, so for me, I don't agree with you with the zone. As I said, I don't agree with the zone. Here we have. As I said, I would take this long from here. It was pretty easy on liquidity taken. Okay, once we took liquidity, and then we have another entry, but I would be taken out from this low in order to make 300 pips from short. Okay, so yeah, this is basically what happened in the news day. Okay, but the main one, yeah, it's still a good one to make 140 pips by going here by the end of London. You can go by here on a London. It was very obvious on a London. As you see, always it's the same thing as I explained. We have a manipulation sign, which is this one, and it got immediately negated. So this is why we call it an FU negated. Okay, as you see, you have a body. We have a body inside the wick. Okay, inside the wick of this one. So it produced an attempted FU, then immediately got taken out and negated. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I agree with you that we were building liquidity on this area in order to take it. Yeah, it's very obvious. But remember, the manipulation of the news, it goes sometime like this, as I explained. Yeah, here this is 14 October, so I requested 13 October. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you see here, always you have always a manipulation sign. Yeah, you see it. This is manipulation sign. Take it out. It's pretty easy. Once you train your eyes about this pattern, attempted if you negate it. This is why Mr. C is always calling it by calling it attempted if you negate it. So it's kind of pattern that is manipulation, and kind of every time you see it and then immediately take it out or negate it. Let's call it like this. On the 30 minutes, so as I said, like playing same principle, same ideas as 1 hour time frame. Okay, so we have retest of 1 hour FU, which is the same time 30 minutes FU previously. So we had taken this liquidity here, then we move down. So if you see in this zone that you are marking out, what you missed to have is this manipulation 3 candles. Why? Because we have every time the body inside the wick, then immediately was negated to make it move up. Okay, I think I have nothing more to say about 5 minutes, because the manipulation happened on around 1 hour, 1 hour and 30 minutes to the upside, and then the move, it started with the attempted FU, 5 minutes attempted FU, so it was pretty clear that we are going to move down. But you couldn't spot if you were focused on 5 minutes, only charting on 5 minutes, you couldn't spot the manipulation that is happening on 30 minutes in one hour to say, or to be sure that this is the move that I want to get in, because even in 1 hour, the manipulation was about 3 pips. So in 5 minutes you can't see it sometimes. So this is why the manipulation is not focused on only one time frame, or it can be on any time frame, on anyone, from 1 minute to, let's say, to 4 hours. And sometimes daily, because it starts when it's make a start of a daily FU. Sometimes the week of the daily FU can be a doji, or can be a small FU, or can be high confidence setup, or something like this that has started the daily FU. So this is how the FU starts. They start with high confidence setups, or they start by manipulation negating, or by FUs negating, or whatever. Okay, this kind of setups that start the moves. Okay. So basically, as I said, if you were focusing on 3 minutes, on 1 minute, in this case of New York, October 13, you wouldn't see it. And if you took a trade, most likely you took it by chance, and not obvious one. Now let's see when this move starts. We have this. I will go over another aspect. Yeah, if we see 30 minutes, we have the move down. Then we made a move up. Okay, we can expect a move up. Why? Because we have a failed FU, 30 minutes FU. When we have high time frame failed FUs, it's confirmation for reversal. And as long as the lowest side of all the candle produced is respected, then the reversal is confirmed. Here we have respected the low side, we have respected the low side, here we have respected in this one. So all the lower side have been respected, not broken, which means we are reversing. Okay. So as we have this failed 30 minutes FU to the downside, it was pretty clear that it will be negated. Okay, and I will say something other. I wanted to say in this corner, in this reversal side, I wanted to point it out. Yeah, as we have a reversal, yeah, my idea, if you could spot it, when we have a reversal here, let's say we are making a move down, then we reverse it, then we make a move, then it stopped at this level. It stopped. It didn't went down to this area. Although we have imbalance to fill, we have also we have a doji or liquidity to take, which is this one, and we have this imbalance left that need to be filled. Okay, although with these criteria or these targets that we are having, the price didn't reach it. The price stopped at this level. Why? Now the answer to this question, we need to go back to the 1 minute. On a 1 minute, what do we have? Maybe someone of you will spot it clearly. We have our manipulation sign. Okay, so we have our manipulation sign. We have our body inside the wicks. Okay, so this is why the price start to stop and producing so many dojis here, and here, which is, by the way, not the purest liquidity, it's low liquidity, because otherwise you would see the price taking them out immediately and move again on the up, which is not happening yet. But at least for the moment, banks have enough made money with that, so they stop the low volume in that area. Why? Because of this manipulation that happened before on 1 minute. So and it's not, and we see later that by Asia, next Asia session, the price will start ranging to you, because so many people will see, yeah, price is only ranging, making some doji down. They're ranging because of the reason, this manipulation side that we see here, this pattern. Okay, so this pattern is the main reason for the price to have been stopped. So, Mr. Forex Pro 2020, I hope you find my answers clear to you. Was I clear to you? Okay, welcome. TYA, are you here? Okay. I will go over your analysis. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, you started with the 4 hours, no problem. Basically the same idea of other blocks. Normally you have another block around this area. You have marked this one, I know, this I share it. That would be an update, but I would not go. The update, the challenge with the updates, the other blocks or the new other blocks or the updates, I call them the update because this is the new one, this is the real one. Okay, this is another block that you can mark. But as I said, you need to check what do you have inside these weeks, the week. Okay, if you have some setup, if you have some high confidence setup on 1 hour, or 30 minutes, or 15 minutes, or 5 minutes, if you have it there, then most likely it will be respected. Okay, most likely it will be respected. But sometimes the challenge with the updates, so if you cannot understand them, this area became a target, it became a liquidity, as this little doji you have here became also the liquidity. Okay, so this is the challenge with the update. So you've been so light, a bit light with the order blocks. So the order block, just remember, as I said, the order blocks on a high time frame needs to be looked at previous ones, okay, because the previous ones are kind of surviving over time, okay, and it's not easy to have an update, okay, not easy. And the proof to that is the reaction that produced this issue. It's not because of this order block, it was before of the previous order block, okay, previous one. Okay, so this is one point. We have manipulation zone that you have pointed. For me, I do have them there, but I don't know how you've been able to mark them. Okay. I don't know if you have spotted. You made that as liquidity, which is not. This is for our high confidence setup because we have our pattern here, reversing attempted FU, then immediately was negated. Okay. Basically, I think this is mainly what happened, because we have our session is here. It is only further price action happening. So for the moment, as I went so far with the explanation of the session, so I hope you have noted the main reason why the price dropped and how we had this move up then dropping down. But as I said, the same issue in the other blocks, you need to have the check before, and as long as, let's say we have another block, a previous order block that is covering all the reaction, as long as this order block is making a reaction from it, I will not touch it. Even if I have a new one, let's say we have this new one, which is here, this green candle, 4 hour green candle, this is a new one. It is also respected, okay, but for me, I would not take a new one. I will take always the previous one, because this is the most secure on the block. Otherwise, if I start to find, as I said, one of my videos, if I start to say or to see that I start to have price, let's say I have a 4 hour on the block, and the price just broke it, start to break it so many times here, stop here. So yeah, for that I need to cancel it. It's not no longer another block, so I need to check for the update and see for the. I would not take that update as guarantee, but I need to check inside that 4 hour other block. What do I have on 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute as a setups? If I have 1 or 2 high confidence setup, most likely this order block will be respected. If I don't have it, so most likely this order block will be only a target, so it will be taken immediately. Okay, we go over 1 hour. Yeah, basically the same issue, the overall ideas. Try to avoid the overall ideas, because you need to see what is happening on each candle. Each candle I would make, okay, I have a doji, why do I have a doji? I need to see what I have previously. Then I have MOVA, then I produce FU. Why this FU has been broken? I need to check inside the wicks of this FU. So this is how I go. I don't go with the overall idea by just spotting some kind of zones respected. When you backtest, when you make your backtesting sessions, with your own analysis, when you start to backtest all the entries, all the sessions, to learn about the strategy, just try to check every single candles. If you see a spot of, or let's say you see some kind of reaction, just try to see what is inside that reaction. So that in that way you can understand pretty clear in your mic, someone has opened the mic. Over time you start to understand how can things can be produced, how can things be respected, how can things what will be the move that we can expect from this kind of pattern, here let's say why we have produced or based on 1 minute, 1 hour time frame, we have also a sign of manipulation. Okay, this was a sign pushing down, and then we have a body inside the wick, a body inside the wick, a body inside the wick. Okay, so once the price wanted to make a move up, it was immediately diminished and was being like 1 hour doji. Okay, it has closed as a doji, and we continue it to make the move down. Some members would go, would say, okay, I have this doji, okay, we have moving down, okay, I would take, this candle have taken this doji from the lower side, we have taken the liquidity, so I expect to move up, which is wrong. Okay, so backtesting so many sessions will let you know, will help you to learn some kind of patterns that they are always being respected. So these are one of the patterns that I always see and I always respect and I always take for granted my entry without having any kind of fear. Okay. It was pushing down. Price is just on the pushing down, on pushing down so many times. Okay. What do I have again? We have 1 hour FU retest that produced this movement. Okay. So as long as this doji, the body of this doji is inside the wick, we have produced attempted FU to the downside, which is weak, a small size. Share it in the group, a small size, so we can expect after that a reversal. So this is what happened. It happened, the reversal. It made the reversal. Okay. Same thing all the time. The start of a failed or a small size FU to the downside. Okay, the downside was immediately negated and made a move up, and so on. This is a kind of pattern that kind of repeats itself. Maybe the difference is the volume or maybe the size of the candles, but the principle or the concept is still the same. Okay, so this is why you need to train yourself. You need to train your eyes by spotting this kind of setups, and you cannot spot in it without backtesting. And I've said it so many times. Please backtest the session, the previous session, because this is how you can learn. Mr. C is here, for guidance, to give you his insight on some point, but also the backtesting sessions will give you, by spotting the start of each move you start, you may end up understanding why. And when you have been through 300 session, 400 session, 500, 600, 700 session, by testing 700 sessions, we end up memorizing all the kind of patterns that can produce, or where we have the possibility to produce a reaction. Okay, so but going over so many simple ideas won't help you to improve in your analysis, in your understanding of the market, where it is going, what we have to expect, what we are expecting, what the patterns we are currently forming, and what we are expecting from it. Because as I said, each session has its own manipulation and its own target. So I need to wait for the manipulation signs or manipulation patterns or high confidence setup. High confidence setup is also a manipulation, by the way. So I need to wait for that happening in order to get in. Okay? but you won't be able to spot it or to expect it if you didn't backtest before. So this is the general idea. Okay. Yeah, you kind of mark, you start to mark things, price action, seems like hunting. Anyway, as I said, targeting or forecasting or price action like this won't help you as long as you cannot be able to understand what is happening, what is the patterns are produced inside the candles. Because this is how Mr. C is seeing things and how he is getting so tighter stop losses. These patterns or these manipulation, as long as you get familiar with the manipulation, the results of it, your stop loss became tighter, more tighter than ever. So you may start with 15 pips stop loss, 20 pips stop loss, but how you can evaluate yourself by that you are improving in your learning process by how your stop loss is reducing. This is the main indicator that you need to keep to yourself. Please make a note, start a day, start a backtesting. Let's say now today you are making 15 pips stop loss or 20 pips stop loss. Mark it, note it in your book or notebook, and say to yourself, my target is to be at 3 pips. Now, starting from there, you can learn, backtesting, and don't stop. Even for me, until today, I don't stop backtesting. So each time I have a session, I go with. For me, I like to write down manually on a notebook, print my chart, make my understanding of it, make my zones, try to understand, and so on, and we move on. In that way, you can, and of course, by the end of the day, because when I backtest Asia, it's my own ideas, my own understanding. So London is the same as well. By New York, when I backtested, then I compare it with Mr. C, what he's because the only let's say support I have for New York is Mr. C. So I compare myself to him, and I see if I have another idea that he brought that I didn't have it. So yeah, I can compare myself. So this is the only. But this is not the reason to stop backtesting. You need to backtest even if on your own side, on your own understanding. Maybe you tweak the strategy with a better indicator, maybe with a better understanding. Who knows? No one knows. So everything is possible. So for this chart, marking liquidity is correct. I don't have issue with it. A manipulation zone, I can be okay, but you won't be able to say to me why did you mark this manipulation zone, because most likely because of the reaction. But for me, I would go with this sign only. Okay, this sign was my main manipulation zone. Okay. Also for here, yeah, we have a previous issue that produced this doji and produced a retest. This is a retest also, yeah, and this is also a retest, and so on and so on. So once we have our pattern, which is this one, we have small volume issue. Then we have again the pattern repeats itself so many times that you get used to it and you can expect an entry from it. Okay, we have this body inside the wick, and then end up in a doji after taking this liquidity and move up immediately. Then you go down. Okay, that's pretty much it for 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, yeah, maybe yeah. As I said, Yeah, here is your pattern. This is the pattern here. You have it here. Small size if you negate it after that. Okay. Same thing. Small size if you negate it after that, and so on. Small size if you would be negated after that, but for some reason here, we made a low liquidity move, which is the last doji, then a move, then the low liquidity produced. We took that doji here. We took that doji in this area, then we flew up. Yeah, that would be a nice entry. Even if you are taking out, you don't have to be afraid of it. Okay, we have another small here, then you can take a new shot because your guarantee is manipulation zone. In this one, I am right. It's right because I have marked it also. I agree with you. So. If you indicate it, yeah, this is the setup. Yeah. This is aggressive entry, so pay attention to this one. This is an aggressive entry because you need to see what is inside this red candle before taking it. Okay, because you need to spot the time frames on a live price action, other time frames at the same time while this 15 minutes candle is happening downside. And then you can say to yourself, okay, I need to scale in my entry at this area because based on 15 minutes it will be difficult, and we'll see it in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so we have still not a very obvious idea about how I would be entering, but the same pattern is always happening here. Same pattern, this one, this is manipulation sign. Okay, so this is why it stopped as a doji. It's kind of producing another block, so this is why it was respected and produced 5 minute doji. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah. And if you see on 3 minutes, that was very obvious setup to you. If you would go scaling, it was very obvious. Then we have a failed attempted FU sign, okay, that was immediately negated after that. So a failed size, small size, failed, or let's say small size FU, then it was negated immediately from the lower side, and so on and so on. So this is a nice 2 spots to scale in your entry. Okay, on 1 minute, basically on 1 minute, as I told you, we have made the move down. The drop, this is the session, our session, New York session, so basically some kind of manipulated move as I explained before, and then suddenly drop. So that's pretty much for me. Okay, so that's pretty much for me. Was I clear to you? If you have some questions, then we can keep them later. Welcome. We're already 2 hours, so basically I will go over BR33 and show that latest and I'll be latest. It depends, It depends on I don't know if I can show it to you here. It depends, Yeah, it's not that easy to spot it. Because if I understand the question, If I understand your question, what can I say? If I understand the question, maybe a retest. Maybe a retest. Yeah, we saw it. Maybe a retest would be like this. Would be like this one, I suppose. Would be like this one, like this OB, but this is not an OB. I would not consider it as OB as I explained previously. I would consider it as a retest because here we have 1 hour liquidity taken, 1 hour. If you retest, then the retest, But the pure one would be. I need to find. I can't spot the pure one. The pure one maybe on the directly. Yeah, I cannot spot anyone because the other blocks I have, they are mainly from previous. Yeah, from the previous order blocks, so it's not that easy. I can spot anyone. Yeah, not that easy. I'm sorry. I cannot find it, but basically, okay. Basically, it's kind of making. Let's say generally it's kind of making a move like this. When you have some kind of order blocks around in any kind of area, then if you have moved down, you can make like this. And the degrees of retesting the order block there are three degrees. This is the maximum you have on stop loss. This is the maximum you can have. Stop loss area, but the most working one has not to exceed 50% of the other block. So basically, the price has to touch the other block. Maybe went through the opening. If we are bearish, if we are bullish, then basically a bearish candle. So then the price has not to exceed more than 50%. Here we are in kind of risky trades, okay? And basically, you cannot trade something like this. I have shared this setup, this kind of setup I have shared before, but the risk you have, I will do it again. The risk you have, even on 15 minutes, your stop loss here, your stop loss will be big. So you need to imagine yourself trading one day with 100 lots. So 100 lot requires from you to be able to trade between 3 to 5 or 3 to 7 maximum stop loss. Not more than this. Otherwise, yeah, if you are taking out, that will be a good amount of money that you are leaving on table. I would go with BR33. be R33. So the weekly are not correct. So for me, they are not that correct. Even if you have evaluated even if you have this reaction has been produced around inside this envelope, I would consider them like some kind of manipulation around this area, not an envelope. For me, the weekly, I am not. I don't agree with you. And because for my weekly, sorry, 1 second. So put a charge for my laptop. Yes, sorry. For the weekly, as you see, I have my manipulation zone that precisely produced this start of mobile of Friday. Another weekly manipulation zone that started my short, because in the short I think I have made something like 400k or something like this, because I had shared it when I shared the Asia session. I have shared it, but I don't remember. But this one is manipulation zone, which has produced a nice move down. Then again, I expect a new one to start a nice move up, at least for 26 or 30 pips from this area, 730. Yeah, so I don't agree with you with the results, so you need to work them out more, okay. So, you didn't mark as well your major liquidity, okay, your major liquidity So for me, this is a major liquidity, so we can expect something from it. Here also the liquidity in this area because we have a few downside. That's why we are using it. But this is not easy to reach it, so we need to look, as I said, we need to look on 4 hour 1 hour setups, how they form in order to give us the assurance that we are going to reach that level. Keep in mind that by sharing too many zones, I hope we didn't display the weekly zones on a lower time frame because we'll be lost on your analysis. And for your analysis on the chart, you need to switch the way you are analyzing this chart. Even for the people who have been through their charts, you need to skip these overall ideas. Let's say here price, median, if you with this kind of something. Here it's okay, it's understood, it's clear, but how can you tell me where the market is heading? You cannot tell me where the market is heading based on if price made auto block or made attempted FU. We are not sure. We look only for high time frame setup or high confidence setup the most possible way. If I see it, I can start to judge the direction of the market. If I see high confidence setup, then if I see after that I have a FU, I have a confirmation, a clear confirmation that we are going up or going down. So, but saying for the market of my bias that attempted FU price made this and that, so I can maybe play around or expecting something. No, I cannot expect something. I need to be sure what the price is doing, what is the trend now, where we are heading. Okay, it's pretty obvious. Otherwise, overall ideas, overall describing only what is happening. This FU, let's say I have this attempted FU, I have this FU. Yeah, for me, I have the start of the FU. It's clear we are heading up. That's pretty sure. I am sure. Okay, the start of the move, we are pretty sure. High confidence setup. Here is a high confidence setup. We have the start of the move that was not taking the lower side on this doji. It has taken a lot upper side of this doji, then may move down. Okay, so for me, next week I will see if we are taking both sides, this doji and this imbalance, then for sure I will go for a long again, which will be a retest of this daily FU and so on. Okay, because this doji, this liquidity has been already taken by this week or by this move down. This is why we have tried to reach. Okay, so one general idea, you need to switch it. So try to spot calculating liquidity is by spotting high confidence setup on all time frames, because the more I have high confidence setups to the upside, the more I tend to say I have a swing trades to build in. Okay, if I am lucky and I start a trend as I am in on the beginning of the trend, then most likely I will have a swing trades where I will capitalize on and scaling. So means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades and so on. Okay. The zones are not that obvious, so for me I cannot trade with the dark theme in colors like this. So I keep it simple, the most possible way. In that way I am, because here I don't know if this area is daily or this one is 4 hours, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, the last one is 1 hour. Yeah, I suppose that the purple one is 1 hour. Yeah, pretty much overlapped. Good, which is good. good understanding of it. Pixel, it depends, because you've seen only 1 hour, it depends on how you read inside this 1 hour. You need to check inside this 1 hour why it is a fake one or why it is failed to make a cell. That's correct. Yeah. If I say imbalance field, why it has failed? Let's say imbalance field. So why we have produced this move down? Okay. So these whys answers that you need to find out. Okay. In your place, I would go always analyze what is happening on this candle on a low time frame. Okay. Maybe I would find an answer that would confirm to me that this is why we are starting the move down and why we are not continuing up. Why? Okay, so we have explained it that on 1 minute we have explained it. I need to know why the price had stopped here and produced another FU, because we had on 1 minute our manipulation sign around this area on 1 minute on the lowest point possible around here. So this is why it has started an FU. Okay, so everything. So when you backtest, you need to go on every little details, even if you don't see it. If you don't understand 1 hour, I go to 30 minutes. If I don't understand why I have this move down, I will go to 30 minutes. If I don't have my answer, I will go to 15 minutes, and I will go to 5 minutes until 1 minute, and I will find my answer at some point. Okay. So then I can judge why it has failed. If I make why it has made move down, because I need to see what happened here when you circle. You circle it here by saying liquidity graph plus imbalanced field. Which imbalance? Do you mean imbalance of here? I suppose you mean the imbalance here, but there is no imbalance field yet. You have still some here. You have still some around in this area. Lower of this wick, then a small portion of the imbalance, which was not totally filled. So we have still space here. So why we have this move down? So you need to check why. Okay, by checking the lower side of or lower time frames around this area here and this area. So as far as we know now, so far for this session, please note that the manipulation sign that you need to try to spot signs, I mean not zones. Zones you need to get better at to define them, to expect them by the formula I shared with you. But the signs, they are more important to spot as well. The signs, just to try to expect a reaction. But this, if I find the sign. Based on, let's say, if I have a sign based but this, if I find the signs, just to try to expect a reaction. But this, if I find the sign based on, let's say, if I have a sign based on 5 minutes, okay, based on 5 minutes. So I can expect the price reach that level and see if it is producing dojis, if it starts to make a 1 minute FU or something like this, then I can be sure that the price is reversing. So I need to have reasons for the reversal. Okay, so I think it's already 2 hours and more. Didn't have lunch yet. So, but anyway, no problem. Welcome. If you have other questions As you said, on my chat. Yeah, I called you, but you weren't here, I think. But anyway, okay, on your side, on your chart, I will go over it quickly. Same notes or same observation. This is the not the real, this is weekly, sorry, this is weekly, but this one is not the real one. As I said, this is the real one here. The real one is here, or at least you can take this one as another lot. This is the most recent. As I explained, the most recent one are a bit dangerous, so I cannot rely on them. So basically, you need to find this, and I think there is another block just before around maybe 2019, yeah, this one. Sorry, I have it. This one. Okay. This candle is your other block, basic other block. This one. So this one I cannot take it. So too risky. This one as well. So for you, the main one is here. Can you take it here? Here is it. Okay. And the first one, another one, this other block. Here. Yeah, and this one is true. This is correct. This is correct. Then there is a lower side. We're not reaching this level yet. This basically, so you said untested weekly if you survive at least 1 or 2 readers. Now you cannot know. You cannot know, as I said, as long as you don't know what do you have inside this week. Okay. Also, it is you cannot know. You don't know how this if you have started. I've shared with you in a general chat room. If you have started with some kind of doji around any kind of time frame, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, even 1 minute with a doji, it will be easily broken. Okay, so it depends on what you have in this week. Okay, you said firmly understood. You need to put in your mind. We cannot expect any issue to be tested. Not like this, okay? Even if you have an issue, it can be broken easily. Whatever time frame it is. Even if it's weekly, even if it is daily, if it is 4 hours. It depends on what do you have as a structure. What is the information or the patterns have built that issue that you see now. Because if you don't see, if you are not able to note what do you have inside this issue, why the person is moving towards it, you cannot judge. You cannot say, okay, I will put my limit order here and yeah, it works sometimes for limit order 50% of the week and so on, which is not always all the time respected. For the issue, as I have explained it before, the retest of the issue in general, it works like this. Okay, let's imagine we have a downside issue. We have our doji and we have our issue. Okay, let's say we have our issue. Okay, so this is the root. This is the side. This is the root. So if the price, we come back to it. Let's imagine the price to it. First of all, the first retest happened by the week, on the week. This is the first retest, so the price, what it tends to do, price will retest the week of engulfed candle. So it will make like this, it will make like this. So if it happens that this issue is so strong that there is so many patterns here, high confidence setups or whatever, as a manipulation sign from the bank that they don't want the price to reach this, so you find how many high confidence setup inside it, so the price will simply reverse and you'll be disappointed because you have put your limit order on a 50 minutes. So you always expect that. You always expect that 50% is your entry, which is wrong. So basically we go on the steps, we go on the steps. So once I found that the issue has broken the wicks candle, so I can expect then price will come back again to touch the engulfed candle by 50%. Then here I have step 1 of my retest, which is our step 1. This is that you don't notice on the retest. So step 2. Okay. So you have these steps for the retest. Then, if the price somehow break the 50%, so basically it will break also the last point of the engulfed candle. So basically here I can expect to be retesting the 50% of the wick, because this is the last step. Otherwise it will break it. Here I can rely on my limit order. Okay? But when I put the limit order on 50%, and is when I see the price has already broken these first steps of retesting. Okay? So this is why then I can rely on my 50% limit order. Okay? Otherwise, many times 50%, 60% of the cases we find the price just reaching the engulfed candle and make a reversal, and for you would say, okay, my limit order has been missed by this much of pips. Or sometimes it can go over the engulfed candle, maybe reaching at some point here at the end of the engulfed candle, and you still be missing the entry by 5 pips, 6 pips, and you would say, oh, I'm frustrated because I'm missing. Yeah, it's because you didn't evaluate the situation of the retest. Okay, so you didn't notice how the price have improved by making these steps as a retest. So as long as I have price making a retest and switching, but now how can I be sure that the price has already made a retest and switching? Is by making high confidence setup. If let's say we have a retest happen at this area and reverse, price move up, then have you in this area it has to produce a high confidence setup. New high confidence setup. Okay. So by making high confidence setup on this area, it's done. You cannot expect the price reach that level on your limit order. It's impossible. So the price has changed the direction to go further down because we have retested the issue. So basically, this is how you can expect a retest from here by analyzing if the price. Now the price didn't retest it. I agree with you because it started from this level. But once we reach that level, I have to pay attention if it will be testing this way or testing 50%, or if it exceeds this, then I can be sure that I put my limit order here for 5, 6, 7 pips, then it will reverse on the other direction. But for most likely, in this case, I cannot, even with this strategy, I cannot expect a retest. Why? Because of this doji that is standing there since last August or something like this, or April, or yeah, since April. So as it is standing there, this is very major liquidity area. So banks will be interesting to hand it at some point of the year or next year, maybe. We don't know. Okay, so yeah, major liquidity will destroy the retest that you are expecting. briefly, and yeah. So okay, I agree with you. It's for the daily other blocks. I agree with it's okay. Yeah, this is the new one. It's okay, but this is the new one. As I said, yeah, it got respected and reproduced somehow here, but there is another one which is older. Also here it is older, and here also it is older. There is another one older. So like this one, so we just this kind of issue in general they are not tested. I forgot to say this. This issue when it is kind of like this, yeah, in this form. Now I'll just do it like this, and you have this. In general, I've seen so many cases. It's not retested. The only ones I know that they are most of the time retested are the regular one, the simpler one, which are the one I explained here, like on the weekly, like this one. Yeah. For me, as far as I understand, or this one. Yeah. This is why it has been respected on the week. So let's see the retest of this one. This one has been already retested. Okay. Retested. This is my issue. Okay. This is my issue. I will draw it. So let's see how it has been retested. It has been retested to reach only this level. It has been retested on the week, and it has to be retested on the opening of the week and then reverse. Even if you would have open expected 50%, you would wait how many time? You would wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, perhaps 5 months to at last to have something like here. At last the price has reached the 50%, maybe 60%, 30% of the week, then made a retest as last stage of retesting. So you will need to wait 4 months or 5 months to expect a retest from 50% of the week. So this is a general rule that you need to pay attention to. Okay. So another case, if you can find it. This one got broken because most likely this area has to be some kind of week. This is why it got broken easily, even if it is a weekly. If you see, now with I think there is manipulation on the other side. We go back to my charts. Yeah, you see, there is a manipulation on the downside that got immediately started the move. And if you see, even with the weekly, which is so powerful, if you on a weekly basis, have been broken immediately. Okay, so we don't have even a retest. Even the retest we couldn't expect it. Can you close the mic? Someone has opened the mic. Okay, that's pretty much from me. Maybe I will go see another time frame. Maybe yeah. As I said, I don't like this one. This is ICT. This is ICT. This is ICT. You have to pay attention to what you are learning, because at some point your ideas will be mixed with other concepts, which I don't like. This is ICT. Anyway, your other blocks, simple. As I said, simple. You have many dojis, a weird one. Let's say. Has to be a weird one, and I will take the weird one. That's it. Don't or include any kind of concepts that For these 4 hours, I don't agree with you because I have explained to you. For me, the simple ones are. If I go to 4 hour, yeah, 4 hour for me is a green one. Is the green one. So basically, here I have my manipulation zone because they are inside the manipulation. Here it is a manipulation also. This is my manipulation inside 1 hour, inside 4 hour zone. This is my manipulation overlap in 4 hour and on daily zone also. Here I have also daily zone which is hidden. Yeah, and this is here we have a daily plus 4 hour. Sorry, daily and 4 hour and so on. As long as they are overlapped, which is good for me. This is the main indicator that you have a good zone where you can expect a reaction from it. Okay, so manipulation zone has to be somehow the most maximum overlap with the old zones. 30 minutes, same ideas. You don't need to update to make 30 minutes zones. No need for that. Too much to be managed. So you cannot manage, as I said. At least for here, you will spot it. But this is manipulation, okay? And here also you can have it as manipulation. But why manipulation? Because we have this button, our button. You can expect reaction from here as well, because we have your body inside of it, at this area. Okay? Otherwise, you have to, and keep in mind that you need to display. You need to display. I will show it to you in steps. You need to display weekly on a daily time frame. You need to display a weekly and a daily at the same time. In a 4 hour, you need to display a daily and a 4 hour, no weekly. You keep weekly for the day, and then 1 hour you need to display daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour. Okay. And then for the lower time frames, you need to display the 1 hour, 4 hour, and a day in the basis, in order to be sure that the price has reached in somehow area where all the other blocks are overlapped. Then I can be sure that I might expect any kind of reaction. Then I can only wait for my high confidence setup to be produced. Then I can take my trade. And that's pretty much for me. I will go to Mr. C analysis of the day. This is 7th of October. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this block. So here we have another block for 4 hours and 1 hour, and a daily and weekly, as it is showing it. Now you have daily, and you have 4 hour and 1 hour. Start. Someone has can you close the mic? Someone has closed the mic. And noisy.
Ne yaptınız orada? Kategorisi? Mahmut Kursu? Mahmut Kursu mu? Mahmut da bana zor cengi. Kurs? Ne? Zaradinho? Nerede bir olan?
Habibullah, please, your mic. Thank you. Okay, so he has the daily arguing later. He has 4 hour, much more darker, a bit more darker, and 1 hour more darker. Okay. So what I am interested in is to see the manipulation zone that he has pointed out. Okay, so it is around 68. Okay. So around 68. Yeah, somehow, okay. Somehow this area for me. So maybe I missed it with 30 pips, around 30 pips. Okay. But at least it has produced the move for me. This shot was so obvious with the news. And here I have another one that once it touched the zone, so we've been able to see this knockdown. The trade was pretty obvious. Yeah, that's pretty much for me. Basically, the manipulation zone missed by 20 bits or 30 bits with him. But nonetheless, you need to know that at some point to be independent, to see or to start to see your way of trading. This is his opinion. I do respect them, so I learn from him a lot. So otherwise, I can also build my own ideas over time, but most of the time I try to stick to his ideas because and try to be the most possible way like him, not 100% as it is all impossible, but building my way and building my path also. And if I reach 80% or 90%, that would be great for me. So that's pretty much for me for the session. If you have any kind of question, you can send them. If I was clear, if there is something which is not clear, then I can repeat my explanation, no problem. So I'll wait for your question if someone has a question.
Is it possible to do like a full chart breakdown?
What's full-time breakdown?
So basically, what I want to see is how you analyze a chart. Any can be any currency, whichever you want. Just I want to see, like for example, how you take it from weekly or daily all the way down to the point where you're like, I'm gonna wait now for an entry. I've always wanted to know how you mark the charts, how you see the zones, how you see the candles. That way we know exactly what you're looking at.
Yeah, you know? So it's do you mean on a live session?
On like now, for example, if you go now and TradingView and you show us an example of how you take the charts from, let's say, daily, if you start analyzing, to 1 hour where you look for an entry or 30 minutes. I'm very curious to know how you mark the zones and what you mark. For example, this is my zone for this is, because I honestly don't understand how.
Yeah, I will not.
If you can, just a simple one.
No problem. I will do it. It will take some time, but I will note it, and we can maybe do it later. Well, I will go over it now in not much time. Okay, I will do it. No problem. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay. What is a field if you? What does it mean when one appears things? A field if you, it's kind of. I will just see it. I think there is some here, some here. Yeah, okay. Here is the one. This is my chart. Okay. We have this. This is a field issue. So we have a move down. It started by a move down. Okay. In our session, for our issue. This is the move down. It's a pretty solid move down. Then we start. This is the first one. This is the first field issue, and there is two issues. So there is two signs. Signs for me that we are starting to reverse. Okay, the meaning of the field issue, that there is no momentum to go to that direction. So if I have a field issue to the downside, it means simply that the buyer has took over the trend. So this is why we have it was immediately broken. This is 4 hour, not immediately, but this is 4 hour. This is a trend. So basically, I just need to know if I can find the challenge, if I can find a high confidence setup around this area, and then go with the long, because it's nice a swing trade which based on which is around 350 pips, around 300 or 400 pips. Okay, so this is the meaning of the field technique. I said how to not confuse is by going with the setup I shared. Setup I shared just before. I will show it to you. Can I find some more? Yeah. The setup needs to be fine in any kind of area, any kind of time frame, not dedicated to one specific time frame, but it can be 2 time frames, 3 time frames at the same time. How to avoid that is by the issue negating. I said issue negating, and the small size of the issue is a pure indication that we are going to reverse. It's kind of this setup, but you will find it. In the start of the session. It's kind of this setup. Now here, this is a bad example, but I just want to show you the setup, because at some point you see a small size of the field like this. Okay, I've shared with you just previously. You will have a small size. Then this small size mainly they are immediately broken or taken or negated, and there is our pattern that I have shared with you. Now let's see let me go over basic analysis for yes, here for instance you have it on 4 hour. If you negate it immediately, small size, but you can find it on the lowest. I need to find it on 15 minutes and 5 minutes. 15 minutes and 5 minutes. So this is too small. Too small. Please, the guys who are making or they are working with this indicator, it's kind of you can be lost easily with your calculation activity by this. Too many colors. Okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah, you point it out on 15 minutes. Yeah, to be sure that you avoid any kind of missing. Is it the right one or not? As you see here, this is our small. If you size, okay, this is happening on 15 minutes at the start of around the start or something like this, maybe before or maybe later. But this is the sign, okay? Because if you check it here, around here, you won't find something like this. You find something like a pure small here, like this one here, another one took and was immediately negated, and this one was immediately negated, and so on. Even from downside, you can check for small here on the downside, or upside, sorry, on upside, then negated. I don't find it, so maybe it would be another time frame. But this is the sign to remember, okay? It can happen on 5 minutes, it can happen on 2 minutes. The main thing is this is a small size, so you can find you cannot rely on which is the big, the regular diffuse. Let's see if it's like this big. No. You cannot expect negation for this immediately, okay? So it has to be a small one, then it will be negated immediately with the next candle. No, it will not. Even if it's producing a doji, it will be negated by the next candle immediately. So even if it's not immediately, let's say this. Let's say this if has been produced, and here we have a doji. You will still see that the next one that will be produced will still make a move. This is the perfect case, by the way, because we have a negation, not a complete negation, but it has continued to move up, negating it through another candles. Welcome. Any other question? Almost 3 hours. Okay, so that would be pretty much for me. If there are questions, maybe you can ask me later if you want. I don't mind. If you have not, welcome, thank you. Okay, so for the people who was asking me to do a breakdown of time frames, I think I will do it on the next session, maybe next Saturday. Where I will go over any kind of pairs, and we can go over. Let's skip gold for a moment. We can go for other pairs, so brand new scratch, new chart, and we can make. Let's say we can. I will share it. No problem. Just for the one who are interested with the recorded, please share with me your Gmail account. You DM me your Gmail account, so that way I can remember. If I don't do it today, maybe I will do it tomorrow, but I will not forget that. Okay. As I said, maybe next time we'll do a brand or we'll do a new pair, okay, with no zone, no nothing. So I will start a fresh new pair. Let's say GPB USD GU, okay. Let's make a GU, and yeah, we'll go over how I would expect, or I would see I would make a charting, making zones, interpretation about what I see as a pattern, as manipulation zone, and so on. So, but it will take time, at least 1 hour, 2 hours again. So for today, already we have down.
Thank you for that. I think it helps a lot, because that way people will know how to market by just watching what you're doing and marking same things that you mark, so they will get the idea, the concept. Because right now everybody's sending you things where they think it is, but by watching you live, doing it live, I feel like everybody will benefit by actually seeing what you mark, and you say, look, I mark this because this is the reason, and then everybody can learn from it. So I think that's the best way, but we appreciated what you do and everything. It's amazing.
No problem. Anyway,
thank you.
Welcome anytime. Welcome. Okay, so that will be that's it for me. Thank you guys for this session, as well for your attendance, and next time we'll go further on analysis. And if you have questions, so you can send them, and I will answer them maybe late by night or maybe tomorrow or through the week. So no problem. Just ask them. I will answer them one by one. No problem. Okay, see you guys for the video. Just share the video.
Thank you, or thank you.
Welcome. Anytime.